if you write it all out and you write it in detail, it will happen. Have you heard of the concept scripting to create or manifest in your life? If you have or you haven't, I'll explain a little bit of what I mean by scripting. Scripting is a phenomenon or a method or a rule that a lot of metaphysical personalities will talk about, which means you're going to write out in real time a dream or a vision in your heart. Whether it's a relationship you're desiring, it's money that you want, it's a job that you want, it's a trip that you want, whatever it is. And you're gonna write out as if it's already happened in your life in full detail. That's what scripting is called. And there's this theory that if you write it all out and you write it in detail, it will happen. So I'm not sure where you land with that, but I wanna go a little bit further on, does this actually work? And is there maybe a missing key to why this may not be working? You see, I've been studying the power of the mind for like 12 years. I've been studying it because I was broke as a joke. I'd gotten into a terrible divorce. I could barely rub pennies together. I'm a single mom and I needed to figure life out. I needed to either stay where I was, sleeping on the floor with this mattress, tinfoil, holding up an antenna to get 2 channels on my TV, borrowing Wi-Fi from the walls to my neighbor's Wi-Fi because I was so broke. I was broke in spirit, I was broke financially, and I wondered if anything in my life was going to actually happen that I thought and dreamed about as a little girl. And I started really researching the power of the mind, really researching the power of meditation, theta state, scripting, all these different methods you might be hearing about, from some of the ancient greats to even some of our modern people that are talking about this. And what I've discovered is that scripting works to an extent. Because it's not like you can just write things out and it's gonna actually happen for you. It's that you're gonna write it out, and I do believe this, that there is magic in the pen and the paper. There's magic in you actually putting something down in physical form and writing it out. There's an actual response that happens in the brain when you do that, versus if you were to just think about it, versus if you were to just tell someone about it. So writing things down does have power. I've seen this over and over in my life. I actually spend 2 days every single year in December around the winter solstice to spend 2 days writing out in detail all the different things I desire in my life, all the different experiences I want to have in this timeline as a human on this planet. And I do this and I take it very seriously, and then I read it every single morning, which takes me around 30 seconds to 1 minute. This is scripting. And I obviously have seen huge success from this. I've been doing this for 7-8 years, and I'm always amazed every year at what comes. And I write some of the biggest audacious things on this scripting page. But also what I know about scripting is that when you actually write all this out and you write it in detail and you write it in the affirmative, meaning as if it's already happened. This is not a dream, this is not a want or I hope or I wish. You don't write that. You write, I have, I am doing, I am so grateful, as if it's already here. And when you do that, what it does is the brain is really just this wire mechanism. It's a lot like a computer. So when you write things like that and you read it every single day, what the brain does is, because the brain tries to figure out and prove you right. That's what the brain's doing. So when you write good questions like, why do I have so much abundance? Why am I in such an amazing relationship? Why do I have such amazing health? Why am I looking younger all the time? The brain tries to figure it out for you. And what the brain does, and what the whole system in our bodies does, is it goes, okay, this is the belief, this is the wiring that's happening. I now need to find the solution, or I need to find the experience that's gonna match with it. Now, this doesn't happen without you getting into action. So I always say that yes, you write things out, and yes, you actually take the time to do it and read it every day and get into that state as if it's already happened. But then you have to take the clues, because what the brain will do is it'll be like, hey, call that person. And it'll send you all sorts of signals, whether you're in the shower or out walking. That's why I always say you got to turn off your electronics so you can actually hear, because you're going to start getting hits of information. Like I said, it might be like, call this person. It might not make a lot of sense. Write that down. Go to that spot, to that grocery store. Go do this. Move your furniture. You don't know why you're feeling all this different movement. You just start following it. You just start staying curious. And what it does is it opens up a door to a conversation with somebody that you didn't know you were going to have that leads you down that path to that thing you wrote down. Maybe moving your furniture starts to open up a new energy in your home, and new ideas start to come that lead you down a path to the something that you wrote down in your scripting. Do you see how this is actually works over time? And when you do this as well and you read it, it's also taking the subconscious belief systems and really rewiring them to so where you start to actually believe it. This is really powerful stuff. I actually believe in this, but I also believe that you've got to take action on the hits that you're giving. That's really key. So what inspiration are you receiving? What information are you getting that maybe doesn't make sense that you could step into just a little bit more? I can't wait to hear from you. Let me know, do you believe in scripting, and what have you manifested from scripting in your life?